Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello. You might remember me from the interview a few minutes back, talking about lying about my age. I'm not married, that is true, and I don't have any kids. I am an uncle. I have 5 nieces and nephews, but that's no big deal because that's an easy job being an uncle. You know, it doesn't take any work. That's why there's no books about uncling. Have you been to the bookstore? There's a whole section on parenting and childcare. There's no uncle book. There's no, like, what to expect when your sister's expecting. Nobody ever wrote that. There's no Uncle magazine. A lot of magazines about parenting. There's no Uncle Weekly magazine. What would an article be in that magazine? Is your nephew out of control with drugs and alcohol? Well, since it's not your problem, here's some weekend getaway ideas. I was actually at my nephew's school play recently. I went to a school play, and now, unfortunately, I couldn't stay till the end of the play. I wanted to, but I couldn't because it sucked. So, good to be here in Minnesota. This is nice out here. And is this one of the marijuana states, Minnesota? I know there's a lot of states now where you can legally. It's not? Okay, it's probably coming soon. I think Vermont just legalized. Colorado was the first state to legalize marijuana. That was like 2 years ago. Yeah, but I remember, too, because my friend called me up all excited. He's like, Dan, let's go to Colorado. I was like, what do you want to go there for? He's like, pot is legal there. I'm like, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's just smoke it right here in New York. How about that? And we'll close the door. And I think we just might get away with it. I'll bet if we close the door and don't call the police and turn ourselves in, we just might pull off the crime of the century. I'm staying just down the block here at the St. Paul Hotel. I was checking into the hotel, and they gave me my key at the front desk. They said, okay, here's your room key, and you can use this to access our 24-hour fitness center on the 2nd floor. And I'm thinking to myself, did they say that to everybody? Like, what if someone's checking into the hotel, weighs 500 pounds, drinking a McDonald's milkshake, and he's like, okay, here's your room key, and but that's all you need to know about that. We do have a buffet every day at 7 you might be interested in. Been traveling. I was in Canada last week. I was in Toronto, Canada, and I was talking to this girl after the show, and she said to me, what do you think of Justin Trudeau? And I said, well, who the hell is Justin Trudeau? And she got all upset. She's like, hold on a second. Are you telling me that you don't know who the Prime Minister of Canada is? I said, I'll do you one better. I didn't know Canada had a Prime Minister. How do you like that? So you could have told me he was the Emperor of Canada. Very few Americans know who the Prime Minister, even with multiple choice, your average American wouldn't know. You ask your average American, who's the Prime Minister of Canada? A, Justin Trudeau. B, Toronto. C, Celine Dion's mother. Apparently he's very handsome, this Justin. We have a president. You're not a prime minister. We have a president, but everybody knows who he is because he's very controversial. And Donald Trump, I believe his name is. And then you go online, and people tweet all the time. I see this. A year later, he's been the president, and people still tweet, not my president. I see that all the time. But here's the thing, though. Yeah, he is. You could say, not my president, until you're blue in the face, but that's not going to change nothing. If that actually worked every month, I'd be like, not my visa bill. Or I go to the doctor, not my blood test results. Hashtag never herpes. This is a hot. I'm from the 80s originally. I come from the 80s. That was a far-off land, and where things were different then. It was a lot harder to get a date back in those days because we didn't have text messaging. You know how easy it is to send a text? You don't even need to be confident to say. You just send the text, and it's no big deal. But in the old days, you had to call a girl on the phone and have what's known as a conversation. You know how scary that was? I'd call girls, I'd be shaking like a leaf as the phone is ringing. I'm hoping she doesn't answer. Then she picks up, I'm all timid. I'm like, hey, maybe we can have coffee or some, maybe, if you're free. But texting is easy. I'm like a different person. I'm like, yo, baby girl, why don't you work your fine ass on over here? You know I'll smash that. Then she gets to my apartment. I'm like, girl, you're looking fine tonight. She's like, I'm standing right here. Why are you still texting me? You ever have someone send you a text and then there's a spelling error in the text, and then a second later, they text you again with the right spelling, and you knew what they were talking about. I'm waiting for a friend at a restaurant. He texts me, Dan, I'll be there soon. I got to park the cat. Then a second later, I get a text, asterisk car. So I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I kind of figured that out already. Did he really think that I thought that he was out there parking a cat somewhere? And even if I thought that, so what? So I'll wait for him to park the cat. What's the difference? What is he afraid I'm going to walk out thinking there's no cat parking at this hour? I'm not waiting around all night for that. Sometimes you send a text, then a second later you're like, oh no, I just sent that text to the wrong person. Right? That's happened to a lot of you. That can be that can range in severity from no big deal to your life is over. Happened to me recently. By accident, I texted, come over, I want you, to my cousin Sheila. But I apologized. I was like, oh, sorry, cousin Sheila. That was actually meant for somebody else, so sorry you came all the way over here. Another thing they didn't have back in the old days, Facebook. They didn't have Facebook back in the old days. And Facebook has changed everything. First of all, Facebook has ruined the high school reunion as we know it. You used to go to a high school reunion. It was fun because you hadn't seen people in years. It'd be fun to just talk to people and see what happened to everybody and catch up. But I was at mine recently. I see everybody on Facebook anyway. I'm like, what the hell am I even doing here? I could have stayed at home. I'm going up to people like, oh my God, Lisa Cafaro, you haven't changed a bit since that new profile pic you posted last night. So what's going on in your life? Are you still feeling blessed? Is that still going on? People feeling blessed all over. Facebook is a very spiritual place. And you know what? People ask you to pray for them all the time on Facebook. They please, I'm not well, I need your prayer. My friend is sick, please send prayers. Usually for serious stuff. Like I've never seen stuck in traffic with diarrhea, please send prayers. 3 blocks to go, I need your prayers. You can stop praying, I didn't make it. Hashtag whole bus smells. I can't believe how fast the time goes. I'm in my late 40s. I feel all right, though. Although, anybody else have this problem? Sometimes when I sit down for a long time, getting up is a problem. Because I sit down for a while, and then when I get up, my back hurts. So if I'm out with a younger woman, I can't let her see me get up, because I look like an old person. So I got to wait till she goes to the bathroom. Or either that or I make it into a story. I'm like, yeah, I went to see my great aunt the other day. Boy, is she in bad shape. She gets up like this, and then I get up. And then she's like, oh my God, what is she, like 90? Yeah, she's getting up there all right. And you should see how she gets out of a cab. I'll show you later. That's really something to see, When you're younger, you don't even realize, death is a kind of an abstract concept, but you get into your 40s, and I'm kind of, on tippy toes, and I'm like, I think I see it over there, just, beyond. And I'm freaked out now, because I'm almost the age my father was when he died, which is freaking me out, which I guess is silly, because it's not genetic to get stabbed by a hooker, but, Hey, thank you, everybody. You guys are terrific. Back to Chris and more.